Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Terri. I'm with Philippine Travel Updates. Kumusta kayo guys? How was your Holy Week? Happy Easter to everyone. I hope everyone had a meaningful Holy Week. Let's start our updates with some good news for those who want to fly direct to Kalibo, coming from Korea. Air Seoul announced that they will resume services from Seoul to Kalibo in the first half of 2022. This was shared by Kalibo Aklan International Airport. As you know that Kalibo Aklan International Airport is the main gateway to Boracay. Boracay is it's a world famous beach in the Philippines. You already know about that. So, and you know that South Korea is our #1 tourist market, guys. And South Korea has been relaxing yung mga protocols nila, removing quarantines. So, travel for South Koreans, it's much easier now as most of its virus restrictions have been lifted as their Omicron slows down there. While in Cebu Airport po, Cebu Airport has announced their April flight schedules. Ito po yung mga airlines that fly to or from direct Cebu. So, Qatar Airways, before this was daily, ngayon 4 times weekly na lang. From Doha to Cebu, Cebu to Doha, Emirates, daily pa rin. Turkish Airlines 3 times weekly, coming from Istanbul to Manila. Then Cathay Pacific, 21 and 27 lang. Jeju Air, special dates only. And then Jin Air 2 times weekly. This is an improvement. And a new airline is added. Singapore Airlines now has daily flights direct to Cebu. Or if you guys want to direct land in Cebu, yan po, Singapore Airlines, check it out. There's also Scoot, a budget airline, sister company lang ng Singapore, 5 times weekly. PAL, Cebu to Narita, Narita to Cebu, and Nagoya lang. 1 time lang per month. Wala na po, or Los Angeles to Cebu, wala na po siya. Now, I've been hearing reports of kababayan saying, our flight was canceled by PAL. I think most of the time sa PAL ko na lang to naririnig na na-cancel yung flight. Not so much with other airlines. I mean, there are still flight cancellations sa ibang airlines. But parang mas common siya sa PAL na naririnig ko. Guys, it's important to check the rules of your airline before you book with them. It's always best, until now, our suggestion still is to book direct with the airline. Kasi no matter what happens, you will coordinate with them, communicate with them directly pa. If you book direct with the airline, if ever your flight is canceled by the airline, you will get full refund. For those whose flight were canceled by PAL, you have the choice to rebook. And you can call them or do it online by yourself. Book yourself to the earliest available flight. And you know, it sucks. Nobody likes yung flight nila is ma-change because especially if somebody's working. Yeah, it just happens. If you're asking me what airline, Jennifer, hindi nagka-cancel, I cannot give you, pero you would be checking at Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines, JAL, and ANA. These airlines are pretty popular among travelers, and so far they have great reviews naman. PAL di naman siya bad lahat ng experiences, no? It's just more common kasi they have more flights. While on the negative test result, there are still many questions. People ask me, Jennifer, what if my result is delayed? Can I board the plane? The plane, of course not, guys. If wala pa yung result nyo, hindi talaga kayo makakasakay ng eroplano. You need to wait for that test result. Now, before you book that appointment, kung RTCCR, ask your laboratory or clinic or pharmacy, how long can the result be released? Because I have a flight, blah, blah, blah. So that you will be aware then. Don't book kung hindi mo alam kailan nila marirelease. Kasi important yung negative test result. And in fact, you have to submit it pa sa 1/2 pass. Marami pa rin nagtatanong kailan doon magpapatest. If your RT-PCR, guys, kung yung flight nyo is April 20 minus 2, April 18. And then, when is your flight? Kung yung flight mo is 10 a.m., then April 18, 10 a.m., pwede ka nang magpa-test. Give allowance after 10 a.m. na. Huwag mo din gawing eksaktong 48 hours. Now, there are very few kababayans reporting that, oh, I'm a former Filipino, but my airline asked for insurance. Oh, I'm a foreign spouse and my airline asked for insurance or an exit ticket, return ticket. You know, some airlines maybe are not able to keep up with the changes. Some of them needs instruction. Some of them are not updated. So I would suggest, guys, I'll put the link sa insurance and exit ticket exemptions. You know, the government mandate that really states that foreigners who are foreign spouse, children of Filipinos, balikbayans, former Philippines are exempted. I'll put the link for the government official announcement, so any of you are in the situation where hahanapan ng airline, even though exempted ka, you can show that. Yeah, if you are in the right, you have to fight for it, guys. Well, this happened with kababayan. She was traveling with her family and her 3 years old and 8 months kid hinanapan ng negative test result ng PAL, and as far as she knows, exempted kasi 3 years old. Hindi po sila na-accept sa flight. According to our kababayan, we had a flight last April 10 and we did not have my granddaughter antigen test. She was just 3 years old and 8 months. Unfortunately, she was not allowed to board by PAL staff because she doesn't have an antigen test. My daughter was crying, so with her daughter and the 5-month-old baby, and was very stressed. They were not able to sleep almost the whole night, calling the agency and PAL customer service. If we rebook our flight on April 12, 2 days later on their supposed to be flight, they had to pay almost $10,000, 10,000 Canadian dollars. So they spent the whole day after calling PAL and agency, and they were told that their flight was already nilagyan na ng no-show. And oh my goodness. I looked at the IATA Resolution announcement, nakalagay doon, children 3 years old and below, regardless of country of origin, shall be exempt from the requirement of presenting a negative test result, as long as they are asymptomatic, no symptoms. Yan, 3 years old and below. And then I looked at PAL website, they mentioned here, not applicable to children below 3 years old. Parang iba yung meaning for me. What do you guys think? Kasi 3 years old and below. Sa PAL, below 3 years old. So this is a warning for those who will be flying with PAL po. You have kids kung 3 years old na yan. Kasi according to our kababayan, gusto talaga ng PAL exactly 3 years old. Yung granddaughter niya, 3 years old and 8 months, hinanapan. So, if you're flying with PAL, kung may 3 years old po kayo, ipaswab nyo na lang po. Kasi at the end of the day, the rules can be interpreted by the airlines and they can tell no to you. Kasi kahit pa sabihin ng BOQ, okay, pero kung yung airline magsabi ng no, hindi ka pa rin makakasakay ng aeroplano, hindi ka makakauwi. But our kababayan is thinking of filing a complaint kasi they spent a lot of dollars. Their flight was postponed. No, it cost a lot of inconvenience. But looking at the PAL website kasi parang baka mahina yung laban. Anyways, yun lang naman. Wala pa yung changes. There are no changes on Philippine travel rules as of the moment. And vaccination is still a requirement for foreigners. And negative test result, requirement pa rin. One health pass, requirement pa rin. It's still the same po. And a lot of places in the country are under alert level 1. Konting places na lang under alert level 2. But for me, really, what's the difference between the two? Like, we're already living with COVID. Alert level 2 is really good enough. For us, for experience. But you guys will enjoy your vacation here if you come. Most places are open. Everything is open. Local destinations are open. A lot of people travel during the Holy Week. It's not as the same as before, pero it's a big improvement compared to the last 2 years. So it's still the best time to travel to the Philippines. There are rumors about what's going to happen after the election, a surge, a lockdown. Well, these are just rumors. But for now, what we have to focus is right now, and it's all good naman. I will let you know if there's any more changes. You already know. Stay blessed, you guys, and safe.